do you also have your own kind of open house separate from this, or how do we kind of, what's your landscape looking like?
Yeah, I think I'm still figuring that out, which is so I did yeah, I think I want to do a weekly open house that's at the consistent time and that anyone can join. And then I think having like um semi-permeable open houses where it's like open house inside Chrysalis, open house for 3 weeks dedicated to this. I'm also finding that uh, my personal needs in terms of like stages of development are rapidly changing. So like in a month, I might not need as much help with design feedback, and I might need more help with uh, you know marketing, and so maybe the people that go to that open house will be different. And so I think, or maybe the open house will more be in terms of how to how to make training videos, or how to, so I'm still trying to kind of figure out what's the best structure.
Yeah.
But I think the other thing is working with other people's schedules, and Friday is a good day for me. But there's a few other calls that happen on Fridays that I'm trying to work around, including flotilla, and then you guys are not really flexible well, you have calls in the morning. So I'm just trying to also get a feeling for what are the other recurring events that are out there, and which ones are important enough that I don't want to overlap with. Because
Sure.
there's only 180 hours in a week that I can slot
Totally,
slot
totally.
into.
But you're working on that though, right?
Yes. So working on it.
Well, let me just say, and I think I speak for the whole group, but chime in everyone, that we are very flexible. Like if you want to make this time slot in this Zoom meeting just a general open house for Trove, where everyone is welcome, because part of our MO, our ethos, and everything is to be very, very welcoming and generous with people who come in here for the first time. This is a totally public space. People could just pop in from, Zanzibar and just say, hi, I just heard about you. Welcome. Well, we're really into welcoming people and slowing it down so that they can on board. And I think that's just a very healthy process. So again, this is my thoughts, Marco, Alan, Simon, Chris, Charles, feel free to speak up. But I'm just saying, feel free to just, make this your home for open house purposes. And because we provide both continuity of a community as well as openness to total newcomers, right?
Yeah.
And the thing is, our needs, interests, yours, ours, we're all one big we anyway, as far as I'm concerned, but our needs, interests, and aspirations are so symbiotic, parallel, identical, consistent, that it's for us, it's like zero issue. Whatever you want to talk about open house wise, we are just salivating for that. Generally. So I think it's just real, it's a mashup made in heaven. So that's my feeling is, why duplicate your efforts if you can just concentrate, make Friday your day. Friday is just a great day for open houses. People are in the mood, people are happy because it's Friday, et cetera, et cetera. So, yeah.
Awesome.
I would offer kind of suggestion, or just like that sounds kind of cool, Vincent, if that works for you. I'm not always going to be around on Fridays myself, but just while it's small, and also is actually partly I was wondering, is this especially around onboarding, or it's more just like really open house where whoever's around is going to fire questions and just sort of get hands-on, or it's kind of both, I guess. But I guess just to come back to the thinking that while it's small enough, it's manageable. But once some people, more people start to take notice, then it might just not be that practical or feasible to run it the same way.
Yeah, I mean that's one. Yeah, that's one consideration. Definitely is. There's a trade-off between the number of people in a call and the amount you can get done, and the amount of coherence, and the amount of intimacy there. And so I think
So these are the good old days. Like this shit's gonna take off, and we're just gonna get slammed, you know.
Well, I've got an ooh to interject there, which is that, first of all, that's a great problem to have, a really great problem to have. Secondly, we could, like, let's say there's like 100 people just we want in, you know, it's kind of like the orcs in Lord of the Rings.
Ooga, ooga.
Well, number one, tear down the gates, and then let them in, and then we say basically, look, okay, we've got the
Now you
basic.
gotta pay.
We've got the basic course happening in this Zoom room, and one of us could volunteer to do that. Vincent, of course, you write your own ticket, whether you want to do advanced course, basic course, intermediate, specialty, whatever, because you're the man, so you write your own ticket. But and so as our numbers grow, there'll be more and more of us to volunteer, whether in breakout rooms or entirely different Zoom rooms, because we're happy to go multi-channel and sponsor, a handful of Zoom rooms ongoingly for whatever purposes. So we're ready for the orcs. Whenever the salivating orcs want to show up in droves, I'm just saying I'm speaking for all of us here as a hive mind. Let's be really open to that and open to go multi-channel to really help this thing blow up, because that's the whole point.
Cool. I also think I want to explore GatherTown potentially as a open house experiment, to be able to, or maybe Topia. Have you guys heard of Topia? Protopia?
Is it Protopia or Topia? Protopia is a George Poor thing, but it could also be something else.
Hold on.
But I think I've seen the name, but I don't know what Topia is. Or whatever. Yeah. Similar to GatherTown or what?
Let's see.
There is a Topia official site.
Topia.io. I think this is it.
Yep.
Do you guys want to try it?
What is it? You want a screen share, or I'm just on my phone here. I'm chopping up some stuff.
I'll screen share.
What do you want to do?
It's not going to be the same as us jumping in, but I'll screen share for now. So cool preferences. So I think, so it's a virtual, I think you could walk around with your keyboard, and then when you get close to other people, hello. Oh, there's other people here.
Wow.
That is cool.
I'm actually screen sharing this right now. I was showing Topia to a group because we were thinking about using it, and I was expecting a little demo, but super cool. Hi.
They're listening to you as well?
Awesome.
That's hilarious.
I'll be right back, guys. I'm going to walk around and explore.
Okay, that's so funny.
Can you guys hear them talking? Probably not.
No.
They were like, "Hey, you're here."
And now you're running down the street as fast as
running away. They're like, "Well, he's gone." Yeah. Do you guys want to join this and just try it?
This must be like GatherTown, where it's just not really on the phone. It's not going to work.
I mean, I could stay in. I could still screen share, but if anyone wants to hop in, it might be cool to try.
Yeah, if you screen share, then I can just tag along. That would be cool.
Yeah.
Well, we're happy to tag along. That might be the best. That way we all kind of stay together.
Whatever you guys want to go for it. It's fine.
Well, if everyone goes in and we stay in the Zoom, you'll still be able to hear everyone. I think. Customize everything. Interesting. But anyways, I think it'd be cool to so this is like a spatial chat. So Gather Town is similar, and there's other ones that are cool.
Does Topia do the same audio thing, like where it goes quieter when you're further away?
Yeah, exactly. So I don't think they can hear me now. Not the band mic. Anyways, I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna exit this, so otherwise people are walking towards me.
Hey, what's up with this guy? Get to bum out.
No, super cool. Well, I love the idea of doing open houses even in these different spaces. And then again, of course, as the orcs, more and more people show up, we can just say, all right, you know, there's 5 different parties going on in 5 different platforms. You know, Simon's leading a field trip to this, you know, weird place called Zootopia, and Jamin's leading some other group over here. And, you know, so we could, I just think the possibilities are endless. But
Yeah.
open house is the way to start, I think, is, yeah.
But Vincent, you know, back on the practicalities, if it's really an open house to sort of more on the hangout side and have a conversation and just, you know, discuss ... or is it more really like help desk oriented? Then the Zoom screen share and everything, it kind of makes a lot more sense, right?
You can screen share in those platforms too.
Oh, okay. Oh, then that sounds good.
The thing I like about it is, like, right now only one person at a time could talk. If Marco was having an issue, we could, you know, we would have to create a breakout room to go in there. With this, it's just like, hey, let's just walk 2 steps over and then fix this problem and then come back to the main group. So it's a bit more seamless to do that kind of those type of interactions.
Yes.
So I think what would be great is I'm still learning and experimenting, and so let's do this call again next week and the week after, and then maybe maybe we do this call for like an hour and a half, and then we switch to whoever wants to come over to whatever experiment we're trying, whether it's the Trove Zoom room or whether it's Gather Town or Topia. Everyone's welcome there, and then that open house will be like a different flavor, but it'll be a different variation of it, and it could change weekly and evolve.
Yeah, that's one of our strengths here is we're really flexible and we love to explore.
Awesome. Yeah, so that sounds great.
Love it. Love it. Love it.
Cool. So I'm starving, so I'm probably gonna run. But yeah, anything before I run? Anything else on top of the mind?
Just that this is super awesome, and I'll speak for myself, and again for the whole Hive Mind. We are so grateful. We have really, Trove is the word. We have just landed in such a treasure trove with you and with Charles and our whole community here. And I think this feels like this beautiful critical mass, like that is just going to grow and grow and grow. This is going to be one of the coolest places to hang out in the Zoomosphere, to connect and grow and learn and share. And I mean, this is what I've just been dreaming of for the past several months, as Charles and Lauren and everyone here can attest. We need a calendar, you know. And
We have to feed the beast. We have to, you know, satisfy the hunger of Jamin.
When we first were filling out the trial form at Kiko Lab a few weeks back, it's like I was like, oh my God, this is that thing we were looking for. And I'm like trying to see a reaction out of Jamin and from his little square, and he was like typing away, and I'm just like, oh, this is, I couldn't understand why Jamin wasn't up dancing when we were doing that, because he was busy filling it out. But yeah, I was
yeah.
Also, I'm just so glad we connected.
Likewise. Yeah. No, that was great. Actually, I think the first call that or maybe it was the second call that I did at Demo and Kiko Lab. Well, Jamin, you had quite the week. So Jamin wasn't there one weekend. He was with family. But yeah, I think Yeah, it's honestly just thinking back to that. It was like only a month or so ago, and like the amount that like went from just like a form to like what we're using now is like even for me quite unbelievable. Because I actually like have been learning all this software stuff as I've been going. So so this is my first time actually building like this level of complicated sites. I've been sketching and designing and systematizing it for years. So it was very fast to build it because I had the blueprints here. But yeah, I'm also in in my own kind of like weird what's the word? Imposter syndrome.
Mm.
Ah,
Yeah.
come on.
Wow.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
see, this is collective intelligence. This is the hive mind. I mean, it's just, and it's so perfect.
Yeah.
And it's just, our minds are all expanded because we're all in the chrysalis together. We're imaginal cells forming a butterfly.
And
Yeah.
it's not just the intelligence part of it. It's the connection, the spiritual, the uplifting of each other.
Yeah.
It's it's fun to sit at the keyboard maybe and plug along for hours at a time, but it's nice to get some positive reinforcement and somebody to throw the spaghetti on to see if it sticks.
Yeah. Exactly. So
we,
yeah, no.
we are social animals.
And Vincent, no spaghetti.
Gluten-free spaghetti. Yeah, well, no, this has been great. So yeah, looking forward to next week. And then the other thing that might be an open house, it might not be an open house, it might be more of a as needed. What I'm doing is kind of hosting some like mini workshops, mini Trove workshops. So one of the ones I would like to do soon is on, which you guys are invited to, is on community community curated like tokens. So the vision is Lauren adds 50 awesome links to the Trove, and Jamin finds the like 5 of those links super useful, saves them, says this is 5 stars, and now Lauren gets kind of recognized as being an awesome curator, gets a certain amount of tokens for being for connecting Jamin with a really awesome startup or resource or person, and because and so kind of putting out there this like in the open, how do we govern the kind of contributions on this platform? How can Lauren for contributing to the platform basically be rewarded and have a kind of percent ownership over the value that was generated by Lauren, and potentially then have like a curation dividend. And so like if go ahead, Charles.
She's going to end up buying you out. You can just exit to Lauren.
I know Lauren's going to end up having 51% in like 2 weeks. No, but she won't. Yeah, it won't work like that. But
These are great questions, and this is a great conversation for Michael Gaio, who is the most supercharged crypto, blockchain, et cetera, expert I know of. He's currently at a conference in Tulum, Mexico, about all this stuff. Anyway, but he totally loves us and what we do in Kiko Lab. He's always in Kiko Lab on Mondays. So we can just do a mini workshop with him. Make sure
Well,
you're him for that.
Just to mention, he's not the only in our camp that's quite advanced in this field. And Kernel.community is this fellowship program and network that we're part of that just kicked off their block 3 just today. And that's just like a massive community of sick token heads and others.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, so that'd be to extend the invitation. Yeah, the more minds, the merrier. So, but yeah, I think it's important to have the conversation with you guys and with Kiko Lab and with the communities that are on the platform, because it's you know, if you're using the platform, you should have the ability to have a say over how it's, you know, how it's designed. So thank you guys for being part of that.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And just a reminder on that same note about is Kikolab is actually a DAO. It's a decentralized autonomous organization without a you know, design mechanism. Some of you have heard about that, but so yeah, lots of things to talk about around there.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, I'm gonna head out. I'll see you guys next week, and yeah, stay.
Awesome.
Talk soon, everyone, and maybe
Super
say
cool.
in the Glass Bead game too, since that's on my calendar now. And
Yeah.
I don't go to things that aren't in my calendar. So.
Oh.
Awesome.
No, it's not in my calendar, meaning Trove. In my mental calendar, things just go off my radar if they're not written down. So.
Awesome.
Well, thanks again for all your amazing work and generosity, Vincent, as always.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Vincent, and everyone, Charles, everyone.
Enjoy your lunch.
Thanks, guys. Talk soon.
See you guys soon. Thanks.
I'll hang a little bit. I'm going to go soon also for food purposes, but I'm just in the kitchen here. What's next? What else is happening?